Morning, good morning. Good morning. What's today? September 16th, Tuesday. It's 4:30 a.m. We out here getting our 5K steps in. Today's live is gonna be, we're gonna let the audience pick the topic. Usually we get on here, it's always talking about me. We're gonna let everybody, let them pick the topic. I don't know if I can, there's not much more I can say about myself. You know what I mean? Not to get any deeper anyway. I don't know if I'm ready for that. But we out here. We out here. Just like always, you know. Somebody joins, they join. If they don't, we'll do the whole live by ourselves. But this guy in the camera, he's with me, so I got someone to talk to. Good morning, good morning. Time to get our walk on, get some cardio in. Let's get it. It's dark and gloomy. It usually scares everybody off. They see the big old guy walking around with a black beanie in the dark. Everybody usually leaves. There they go, they left. It's okay. It's hard to get anybody to stay anymore. Yesterday was a good one, man. Yesterday, man, was awesome. There's so many cool people in the lobby. A lot of good conversations. Good people. Good morning. How you doing? How you doing? Please leave a like and a subscribe before you take off on me. Just out here doing my 5K steps in the dark. Gotta get it in. It's 4:30 in the morning. It's a great time to get some steps in before the day starts. We got this. How y'all doing today? How you doing? Don't leave me alone out here in the dark. It's dark. It's okay. We got the field lights on, but yeah, I hear you. I'm good. It's a small town. I'm out here walking this track. I'm in a really small town in Central Florida. I'm surrounded by, you can't see right now, but it's all cow fields around me. But it's true what you say. I was assaulted out here about a month ago by some old guy. He's in his 70s. He thought he was 16. But yeah, just out of nowhere, he just attacked me. He hit me like 3 times in the chest. It was funny. I mean, it was so funny, I didn't even react to it. Nah, no cow tipping, Andrew. I ain't gonna lie, I used to when I was younger. And then, found out what happened to some of the cows. They break ribs and stuff. It's pretty bad. Used to be a few of us. It's not really that easy to tip a cow, to tell you the truth. A lot of people think it's just tip a cow, you run up and push it and just falls over. Nah, they're pretty heavy. It's like trying to push over a brick wall, you know what I mean? It's not that easy. The funnest part is when they wake up and they chase your ass. Charlie Kirk, yeah. That's today's topic. That's what I figured. I put in the thing. I let y'all pick the topic. Usually every morning we get on here, we're always talking about me. I'm sort of running out of things to talk about. So you guys pick the topic this morning. You want to talk about Charlie Kirk? What you want to talk about? Hey, Hussein, how you doing? Salam. Bless you too, brother. Yeah, you guys pick a topic. You want to talk about Charlie Kirk? Charlie Kirk, man, he was a great man. Done great things. But I think it's over, The man ain't even buried yet. I think they need to stop, making all this money off him on social media and stuff. Everybody, blowing it up. You can go to, I got a buy me a coffee link in my link if you'd like to. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Hussein. But yeah, you know, it's just, you know, it's done is done, you know. Let the man get buried, rest in peace, give him some time, you know. But it's everybody just wants to keep talking about it, and hey, I can't walk no faster. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm moving. I'm moving. But it's over, you know what I mean? I mean, and no offense to him. Like I said, I thought the guy was a good guy. But, you know, they talking about him like he was almost like a saint or something, you know what I mean? Like when Kennedy passed, you know, when Kennedy's assassination. You know, it's not to down him or nothing, but, you know, he was a man, spoke up for what he believed in. And the guy that did it, the kid that did it wasn't a guy, it was a kid. You know, he was just a kid, a crazy kid, just like a lot of these kids out here today. They're just a bunch of crazy kids. Ethan, calm down. My mom loved that guy. I didn't know him. I was just a kid back then. But my mom thought the world of him. A lot of people thought the world of that guy. You know? I don't know. You know, every generation is different. This is a crazy generation. How you doing, Dixon? Miss Sarah? Yeah. Yeah, he was, you know, it's a lot of them like that, though. It's, you know, it used to be crazy kids, you know, do crazy things, but it was on their own, you know what I mean? Nowadays, nah, I think it's a lot of peer pressure, a lot of cult influence, you know what I mean? You know, I don't want to sound like one of those conspiracy guys, you know what I mean? You know, you going to bed, Sarah? Good night. Well, good morning for me, good night for you. But yeah, overrated. A lot of things are overrated nowadays. But that's what social media is for. Social media just blows everything up. You know what I mean? It just blows it all up out of proportion. You know, I get on here, you know, because for me, I YouTube everything, you know. It's my news, shows, vloggers I watch. Jesus Christ, they're all, it's either about Charlie Kirk or it's about Israel. You know what I mean? And don't get it wrong, I love both of them, but Jesus, you know, Israel's doing their thing. Let them deal with themselves, you know. It's not our business to interfere. Hey, Cheryl, me, I'm doing circles out here on the track trying to get 5,000 steps in. My first 5,000 for the day. Yesterday, I hit over 18,000 steps yesterday. What I hit? I hit 18,000, I think it was 287 steps yesterday. I did pretty good. Did pretty good yesterday. Good morning, PHP. But, yeah. But I don't know. But like I said, this is y'all's morning. Y'all pick the topic. What y'all want to talk about? The old man, I'm running out of ideas to talk about myself. Good morning, good morning. Beautiful morning too, man. I know it's dark out here and it seems gloomy, but it's beautiful. The stars, yeah, let's see if we can get some. I don't know, the other day we had a full moon. I did one that was a full moon, it was beautiful. Nah, no stars. I'm looking up at the sky, I can barely see them. It's pretty dark. Nah, I hear you, truth seeker. But the problem with that is, man, eventually, if I don't take care of myself, I might end up in the bed, forget it. I might not be able to get back up. You know, that's what I'm out here for. I'm trying to make it to where, you know, maybe get me another 20 healthy years. I lost 47 pounds so far. So far, so good. So far, so good. And that was in 67 days. I lost 47 pounds. Today's day 78, so I'll do another weigh-in Saturday morning. But I switched it up a little bit too. I'm doing a little more strength training. So I'll be putting a little more muscle on. I don't want to be one of those little skinny guys. I want to be a big guy. I don't know if you're still with me. If you're still with me, please leave a like and a subscribe. Help me grow this channel up. I appreciate y'all. If you just joined, or if you're still here, let's get it. Thank you, Cheryl. Please leave a like and subscribe. Help me grow the channel before you take off. I appreciate you. You know, follow along my weight loss journey. Shoot me some comments, encourage me, push me. I post every day. I'm getting it in, you know. I post, you know, it's usually the same routines, but it's the show that I'm being consistent, you know what I mean? And I'm showing up, I'm doing it. Good morning, Alex. I got a booger? Nah, I ain't got no booger. I ain't got no booger, Alex. But I probably do, I don't know. Don't forget to leave me a like and a subscribe, Alex, before you take off on me. Stick with the old man, we can do some more talks in the mornings. I'll do these mornings, usually like 4:30 a.m. Eastern. I'm out here and I do a live. I used to record, you know, try to record some walking out here in the morning for my videos, but it's so dark and gloomy. They don't make the videos look good. It's more, I found doing these lives, it's more, how you say, it's like therapeutic, you know what I mean? I get to meet y'all, you know what I mean? You know, I'm able to talk. Good morning, Michael. You know, I'm able to meet y'all, we can talk. You know, it's easier to talk to strangers than it is like to friends and family, you know what I mean, I know y'all can see me, I can't see you. So if I read your name and it sounds like a woman's name and I call, you know, I say sis, or if it looks like a guy's name and I call you brother, you know, and you're not, forgive me. You know. Good morning, Clint. Clint Eastwood, yeah, that's the man. I love me some country. All his country movies I love the most. His westerns. He's got a few nowadays, pretty good. Favorite food? Favorite food. That's a good one. You know, I'm on a diet now, but we're gonna go all-time favorite. Honestly, my favorite food, Michael, chicken and dumplings. Man, a big pot of chicken and dumplings, homemade. My mom used to make them. Man, those are the best. I say for dinner, chicken and dumplings, and for breakfast is biscuits and gravy. You know I'm country. Hey, Big John. Yeah, okay, see what I'm saying? Cheryl's Big John, so see, you got me a little mixed up there. Yeah, that sounds great. And I tell you, meatloaf. Oh, man, I love me some meatloaf. Put a bunch of jalapenos in it and bacon. And, I can't eat none of that no more, Michael. I'm on a diet. I gotta lose this weight. I ain't allowed to eat none of that no more. Oh, that shit, yeah, I figured. That's how a lot of times it is. It's a lot of guys that get on there, and a lot of guys that use their wife's account or wives that use their husband's account. I see that a lot. Or a lot of times they share an account. Miss Cheryl, yeah. Well, you tell Miss Cheryl I say good morning. And if she's sleeping, you better leave her alone. But yeah. I'll tell you what though, Michael, I see your last name's Rodriguez. I can't tell. I don't know if you're Mexican or Puerto Rican. Thank you, Michael. I'm half Puerto Rican. And nah, don't be scared, King Daddy. I got you. I got you. If a big old bear jumps out the woods, don't worry. I can run pretty fast for a big guy. Nah, man. I'll be running and screaming. Oh, what's that? What is that? I can't tell if it's a big ass crow or a hawk. I think it's a big crow. That's a big crow. That's some big crows down here, bigger than chickens. That could be dinner right there. You know? Yeah, that's a big crow. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. I don't know how to do this. Hey, see, you turn the camera around, right? Then we zoom in. There he is. That's a pretty good sized crow, ain't it? He's pretty big. He's about as big as a cat. Bosnian war crimes. You know, don't know much, don't know much into it, Street Peter. Um, but you know, no offense or nothing, but you know, over there towards Europe and pretty much all over that area, man. I mean, a lot of people like to talk junk about America, but you know, a lot of y'all countries over there in Europe and over there in the East, you know, war crimes, that's like normal. You know, it's like so full of war crimes and hate and just warring amongst each others and stuff, you know. But yeah, it gets pretty crazy. Tennessee, I hear you. Good morning, Juicy. Asylum. Yeah, Raven. Is that what they call? Yeah, R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. Yeah. Oh, what's that? Damn, you sure? No. No. That's an owl. That's an owl. Let's zoom in on him. That's a big owl. Yeah, watch. See him? That's an owl. Look at him. He's beautiful. Look at him. That's an owl. Oh man, that thing's neat. That's a screech owl. Wow, it's really hard to get a close up like that. I don't know if you guys, any of y'all follow me, but if you follow me, I woke up one morning, went out to my truck, started my truck, and you know the lights automatically come on, and it's like facing towards my mailbox on the road. And you know the 4x4 that holds the mailbox. As soon as the lights came on, there's a giant owl sitting on top of my mailbox post, just staring at me. Freaked me out. I mean, he was huge, probably bigger than that one. I videotaped it. I got it on video. Man, he was something else. He scared the dog out of me. I tried to get up close to him, and you'll notice if you watch the video, he like turns, like directly stares at me with big old black eyes. Scared the shit out of me. And I could see how big his claws were. Oh man, I was scared he's gonna come at me. Oh man. Oh man. The lottery. You know, never again. We got a thing. Like last time when that happened, a lot of people were saying that when the owl visits you like that, some cultures believe that it's like death knocking on your door. It sort of scared the shit out of me. But it's the second time in my life I've ever seen a real wild owl like that. That was crazy. And that's the second. Look, there he goes. Whoa. Where you going, buddy? Wow, that's pretty cool. He's pretty big too. I wonder if he followed me from the house. What if it is something? What if it's a dead relative or something, you know, following me or something? You never know. Yeah, God is good, man. God is great. But you never know. I believe in signs, you know. You never know. That was pretty cool. I knew it was big, too big to be a crow. I was like, damn, that's a big ass crow. That crow would have been big. Overseas. Come back. Yeah, that's what I mean. You know, Europe is, you know, it's just, you know, it's like a thing. It's been like that forever, man. Over towards Europe and, you know, Middle East. It's been nothing but wars from day one. You know, it's you know, signs everywhere. Yeah, especially if I feel it in my heart. What's up, Axe? Good morning. But the world is crazy, man. World is crazy. Man, that was a cool owl, man. That's the second time I saw him. I knew it was weird. I started seeing those pokey things on his ears, his head. I was like, nah, that ain't no crow. That ain't no crow, man. That's that big ass owl stalking me. I'll tell you, if you could have, I got a close up look. If you go back and watch the video, it's in there somewhere. You see his damn claw things or whatever y'all call them. Look like one of them big old eagle things. Man, I'm in Central Florida. It's 4:30 a.m. Well, it's after 4:30 now, right? What time is it? It's 5 a.m. I'm out here at my local park. I'm in a real small town. It's small, man. We don't got no street lights. We ain't got nothing. Like just to get to the hospital is like a 45-minute hour drive if it's an emergency. Nearest mall is about an hour. Nearest big town, about an hour. We got a small town that's next door, about 20 minutes away. That's the biggest thing for us, but it's a small town. I don't even consider us a town. I don't know what we call us, but yeah. And they got a Walmart, and they're fixing to put an Aldi's up in there. But we're like one of those little small 75, Interstate 75 towns. You take care too, never again. Hopefully I'll see you again. Don't forget to leave a like and a subscribe, brother. Help me grow. Help the young man grow the channel. I'm gonna show my kids I can do this. They were like, you ain't gonna get nowhere. I said, no, I'm gonna try. This live stream, if you look at the title, it's topics. You know, you guys pick a topic, whatever you want to talk about. Usually we get on here and we talk about me. I ain't got nothing else to say. Not much else to say about me. Anything else I say about me, we have to go in deep. When we go in deep, my menopause might kick in. Y'all have me breaking down live on camera. At least it's dark. You pick it, Emery. What you want to talk about, Emery? How you doing today? Or this morning? Anything on your mind? Anything you've been thinking about? There you go. Darth Vader. How about running an ice cream truck? Selling ice creams. Nah, to little kids. I don't know, little kids would think Darth Vader was cool though. It wouldn't scare them. Honestly, he's a bad guy that everybody thinks is cool. So I don't think any job he does, you know, would be okay, because everybody sort of likes Darth Vader. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, ballet, watch it. Yeah, that's a lot better. Something like that. But any ordinary job, everybody would love him. Everybody thinks he's cool. You still with us, Emery? Something on your mind, man? You want to talk about something? Drop it down in the comments, man. We're here for you. We all talk. We'll give you our opinions, thoughts. What you want to talk about? We can talk about whatever. That's the nice thing about this, man. You know, none of us know each other. We just talk, let it out. You know what I mean? I can tell you I cheated on my wife yesterday. Wouldn't have to worry about you telling her. I ain't got no wife though. But I'm just saying, if I had a wife. Nah. I was married once, I'll never marry again. She took me to the cleaners and back. But yeah, I appreciate all y'all joining up and talking. It's always nice, man. It helps time go by, and I don't know, it sort of helps me decompress for the morning too, you know, be able to talk about things, you know, things I like to talk about. Just don't forget to leave a like and a subscribe. You gotta grow this old man up. Good morning, Shannon. How you doing this morning? I'm over here in Florida. It's 5:05 a.m. in the morning. Where you at? Where you texting in from? You had your coffee yet? I had me 1 cup. I always have 1 cup before I take off. I'm usually up at, I usually get up at like 3:30, 4 a.m. Have me a cup of coffee before I take off. Kentucky, oh yeah. That's where all my mom's family from, Kentucky and Kansas. My granny's family, all her family people. And I got a friend that I met down here. She moved back up there to Kentucky with her family. Be close to her kids and stuff. A lot of cheap land out there. A lot of cheap land I see out there. Trying to bring people in, so selling a lot of cheap land out there. I don't know. I've been pretty much all over the East Coast and Midwest, up and down. I don't think I want to move anymore. I'll stick here in Florida for now. Working up there in the north in construction outdoors sort of broke me in the snow. Oh yeah, oh yeah, I hear you. You out there trucking. All right, well, you be careful and be safe. You know, be safe out there. Not just on the road, but off the road too. You know, you guys got a lot of craziness going on your truck stops too. I know I live right down the road from a truck stop. I see a lot of craziness walking around in those places. Yeah, yeah, it gets crazy out there. Man, that owl was really cool, man. A lot of times you can hear them. I don't hear one right now. The screech owls. Screech owls are all over the place. Usually when I come out here in the morning, you'll hear them just screeching away. Ah! That's what they sound like. Is ah! I'm like, what y'all yelling for? I mean, why do they yell so much, especially in the morning? It's just crazy. I don't know. Letting everybody know where they're at. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. I don't know what they call that, a crescent moon. See it right back there? I guess it'd be like a crescent moon, right? And they got them a big star to the left of them. That's pretty much all you can see up in the sky right now. I mean, it's pretty, but one of the things I love coming out here, I come back, I'm usually back out here between 1 and 3, and then I come back out around 7:30. And good morning, Jason. Good morning. And I come out here and I do my cardio walks. So each time I come out, I get 5,000 steps in every time. So I'll get 5,000 steps in the morning, 5 in the afternoon, and then 5 in the evening. I like it in the evening. I'm usually out here about 7:30, and you get to watch the sun go down right over the tree line. You know, there's no buildings, no houses. It's all cow pasture, flat cow pasture. So it's a pretty good view. Man, this morning, usually we're always talking about me. I try to post the title, you know, let the people pick the topic, but it seems like everybody just wants to talk about me and listen to me talk. You know, I don't mind talking, but I don't mind, you know, talking about topics y'all want to talk about. You know, a lot of people got things on their chests or in their heads, you know, bothering them, you know, want to get out or have questions too, you know. I'm always down to talk about it, you know. I know I got tons of stuff in my head, you know. But yeah, go ahead and pick a topic, Jason. Let's talk about it. You got a question, something going through your head, something bothering you, you know, like social media, news, things happening in the world today, or just at home, you know, things you're going through at home, you know. A lot of times I get a lot of guys on here, you know, older guys like me, and, you know, we're able to open up and just, you know, talk about stuff, you know. That's pretty much what it's about, you know, guys trying to help guys. But I get a lot of women in here too. The women be pretty cool up in here too. Yeah. Everybody. I think the whole world has already, Jason. I mean, these, you know, it's pretty horrible how everybody's cashing in on it. You know what I mean? The man ain't even in the ground yet, and everybody's cashing in on it. You know, I watch a lot of these social media guys, you know, on YouTube, you know, influencers that, you know, I like watching, you know, to get the news. But man, they're going hard on Charlie Kirk's death. Like, they're trying to cash in all they can every second of the day. You know, they ain't never talked about him before on none of their pods or videos, whatever you call it. But it's like everybody now was his best friend and how much they loved him. And, you know, let the guy go to rest, you know what I mean? Let him at least put him in the ground, let him rest. And then all the conspiracy theories, you know what I mean? You know, the kid was a professional assassin, you know what I mean? I did a video on that one. I was back in the woods. I did a video on that because it cracked me up. You know, where I'm from, where I'm down here in Florida, there ain't a kid down here, probably anywhere from 10 to 15 years old, man, that couldn't have made that shot blindfolded. You know, we hunt 3-4 times a year down here, you know, rifles, bows, crossbow, you know what I mean? And we do it every day. He's just a messed up kid, that's it, who let social media and other people influence him, that's it. It wasn't no conspiracy. He was just a weak-minded kid, and that's the way they need to portray it, you know what I mean? You know, that's the problem with these people today, you know, these crazy people doing all this crazy shit, is because they want to be famous, you know what I mean? And social media blows it up, you know what I mean? You know? Like the guy that stabbed that poor girl, you know, that nobody knew about, happened in August. And then not even, 3-4 days before Charlie died, the media wants to blow it up, and then it just started blowing up. Like, it just started. But then Charlie Kirk dies, and now everybody forgot about it again. Nobody's talking about it, you know? But even when they were talking about it, they weren't even hardly talking about the girl. They were concentrating on the guy, you know? Quit blowing these people up, man. That's what they live for, you know? They want the attention. They want to be known in history, you know? Portray him like a weak guy, you know what I mean? He was weak, broken in the head, you know? Portray him as the sad person he was. He wasn't no professional. He wasn't no assassin. He was just a broken kid. That's all he was. That's all he was. And as far as conspiracies goes and stuff, you know, do I think more than one person knew about it? Yeah, I think a lot of people knew that was going to happen. I think that, you know, nowadays, the way these kids are, used to be, you know, everybody was solo, but man, these cults, is that what they call it? Cults? These groups, they're starting to form. You know, not just terror cells, you know, it's like these nut job groups are all starting to form, building followers and stuff, you know, just like in the movies, you know, and a lot of them get it from the movies, you know, it puts that idea in their heads. Yeah, I think just like his roommate, they said, you know, the roommate he was texting the roommate before he committed the act, while he was committing the act, and after he committed the act, he was texting the roommate about it. How come the roommate didn't call the law? You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know what's going on right now with their investigation, but, you know, but it was said point blank, you know, but it's all good. Texas. Yeah, that's it. That's all it is. And it's that simple, you know what I mean? It's that simple. It's that simple. You know, and until you experience something like that, how these people are today, you know, it's like me. I'll give you an example. You know, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. If you subscribe, you go to my channel and there's a video on there. You'll see what I'm about to talk about. I got most of it on video. You know, I come out here 3 times a day to the park to walk, right? And, you know, obviously I got my camera on a, what do you call it, joystick thing? Whatever they call that, selfie stick or whatever it's called. I call it the joystick. And I come out here 3 times a day. I never video nobody. And usually when I come out, there ain't nobody here, right? So, you know, I walk. But let's say people are walking. They're not in my film. They're not on the screen. Good morning, Blitz. And, you know, I'll put the camera down as they come close. You know what I mean? Well, this old guy likes to come on with a bike, electric bike. And, you know, he passes by. I never say nothing to him. I mean, he don't belong on the walking trail, but I never say nothing to him. Don't give him a look, nothing. He comes into view. I put the camera down. I let him go by. But the very third, and I've never seen this guy before. And the very third time he come by, he went by me and he just snapped. I mean, he just started snap. He was yelling. He was screaming, cussing, profanity, like fat shaming me. I mean, he just went off. He wouldn't stop. Threatened to put me in the ground, telling me he was an ex-Marine. He was going to put me in the ground. And I'm just standing there looking at him the whole time, you know, like, you okay? And not even 20 feet, there was like 3 or 4, 5, 7-year-olds with their parents playing in the skate park. So I'm just standing there like, yo. He hits me in the chest to try to provoke me more. I just stand there. He didn't budge me. It was like a slap to the chest. And then he noticed it didn't budge me, and I was about to walk away. He hit me with 2 hands this time in the chest. And I still just looked at him like he's a crazy old man. So I just walked away. And then he just followed me, and he kept on to where I just called the law, you know what I mean? Because, you know, down here where I'm from, a lot of these old guys, especially these old white guys, they all carry guns in their pockets or under their shirts. So I wasn't going to take a chance, you know what I mean? Whether he was a Marine or not, you know. And I've always heard that Marines never say ex-Marine. They always say once a Marine, always a Marine, you know what I mean? So, but just to give you an idea, you know, the people, you know, how strong they feel nowadays about other people, you know, their opinions and other people's opinions. I couldn't think of a reason why. So the only thing I can think of is maybe the filming, the camera, you know what I mean? The only thing I can think of is maybe the camera triggered them. It's the only thing I can think of. Because where I'm from, let me tell you what, this is my place where I live. Like I said, I don't even call it a town. The next town is the town over. And like I said, if you go to my channel, I did like a walk because I had to get some new tires put on at the tire shop. So I took my dog, we walked from the tire shop and we went downtown, which ain't no town, you know, the square. I mean, it's beautiful. It's a little town, bunch of old little buildings, but I mean, man, you blink, you miss it. You know, it's that small. So I did that walking back to give you an idea how small it is. But people were looking at me like I'm crazy. There's never been, you never see anybody. I've never seen anybody walk around filming, like vloggers or bloggers, whatever you call it, around my area. People ain't used to that. They were looking at me like I was nuts. I mean, people don't even walk in the streets, to be honest with you. Everybody drives, you know. I mean, it's just rare, you know what I mean? But that's the only thing I can think of. He nutted up because of the camera, you know. I think he just went nuts. He snapped. That or maybe he is a Marine and his PTSD kicked in. And he just snapped. He snapped. Hey, Blitz. I know you can't see it right now, Blitz, but you remember the big old owl that was at my house that visited me that morning? Hey, he was out here again today. He was out there on oh, you can't see it, man. You're gonna have to wait till the video comes back out, but he was out here on the field, right in the middle of the field, man, watching me. It's crazy. Big old owl, man. First, I thought it was a giant crow. And then as I came around the corner, I got close in on him, man. It was a giant owl. I bet it was the same owl, man. It was the same owl. That's some weird stuff, Blitz. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy people. And then, you know, he got arrested. They charged him with battery. And then he got bonded out the same night. And I ain't seen him since. And then yesterday, which would have been probably about 2 weeks or longer. And I just saw him. I was at the hardware store and he was riding his bike. And I swear to God, this guy's in his 70s, man, but he thinks he's 15, 16. And I don't know where he's from. He's got to be from up north somewhere. He thinks he's hard as hell. And I was pulling out and he's on his bike across the street and he's riding by. And he stares at me like mean mugging me. Like he would not, even when the bike passed me for the line of sight, he would not take his face off me looking at me. And me too, I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't take my face. I just kept staring back at him. And he would not stop staring. Like I thought he was gonna run into somebody or something. But he thinks he's so hard. That poor old guy. That poor old guy. He don't want none of this. I don't know what makes him think he wants some of the big boy. Hey, Blitz, everything's going good, Blitz. Steady going. You know, I took the weekend off so I can get some recovery and rest. I tell you, after getting the recovery and rest over the weekends, it's really making me feel a little better when I start these weeks off. Still eating good. Here, I got a topic you want to talk about, Blitz, since I got you here with me. And I know you've been keeping up with me. And we got some new people in here. Maybe we can get their opinions on it. This is a serious subject, guys. This is something I'm really thinking about. And I've been thinking about for a while. And I've already made contact with somebody about it. They're supposed to come over today, sit down and have a talk with me. I haven't told my family, friends, anything. I haven't talked about it on my videos yet, but I'm gonna open up to you guys, right? I'm 52 years old, all right? I'm on a weight loss journey, but I also wanna, you know, I'm a big guy. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm a pretty good sized guy. You know, I got big arms. My arms right now are like, I don't know, probably 19 inches. Good triceps, good biceps. I mean, my arms are pretty good, you know, as far as muscle building goes. But, you know, my legs and my chest has always been hard for me. But the point is, I'm not gonna lie, I'm thinking, I'm wanting to, and I'm a little scared. I wanna go to the dark side. I wanna go to the dark side. I think y'all know what I'm talking about, you know? And I got an old friend. I've known him for probably 30, 40 years. He lives up in Ocala, about an hour away. But I contacted him, and ever since I known him, he's always been on juice. You know what I'm talking about, juice. You know, steroids, okay? Yeah. And, you know, and ever since I've known him 40 years, he's never had an issue with him. Because since I started going to the gym out here and seeing all these old guys, 50, 60, 70, you know, and I've been in that gym probably 11 years, man, one guy died on the bench while I was in there. He had a brain aneurysm, blew up in his brain. He was hard on it. And then another guy had to have a liver transplant. And then two other guys, their kidneys failed on them. And when these guys were like, I'm talking these guys are 60, 70, you know, blah, blah, you know. I mean, they weren't strong as for nothing. Like, I hold all the records in the gym for my fat ass when I first started. My first year, by the end of my first year, I got all the records in there as far as strength training. You know, I do sets with hundreds and breathing and talking. You know, singing. I'll sing you a song doing sets with hundreds. But you know, that's just all fat weight. You know, but you know, I seen the negative. You know what I mean? Which, you know, obviously scared me. You know what I mean? And it still does in a way. You know, but it seems like, you know, I had a little talk with him over the phone. And like, you know what the most famous one is? What's it called? Trend, which is supposedly the most hardcore and the best one and the fastest one and all this. But yeah, I hear you, Corey. I'm like, you know, I figure I'm already over 50. I'm putting in the work. If you go to my channel, you'll see I'm putting in the work every day. Today's 78 days straight. You know, the cardio, the strength training, the diet. I've been consistent for 78 days, you know. But yeah, that's like another thing. That's why he wants to come over and talk to me. You know what I mean, Blitz? Like, he wants to like go over my training, my diet, everything, because he says, you know, like, he watches me, of course, but you know, obviously he's my friend. But he goes, when you start on this, you can't be doing what you're doing now. You know, you'll push yourself. He goes, you know, you'll be able to back off a little bit on the cardio. He said, you know, you keep your strength training going. He goes, but we got to get you on some more vitamins and get your diet right. He goes, you know. But he says, man, if you put in the work you're doing now, man, he says, man, I thought it was going to be like, I was like, man, I at least want to do 3 months. I told him, I don't know how it works. You know, cycles go, they call it cycles. I don't know how that stuff works. You know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, man, I want to do a 3-month cycle. He started laughing at me. He said, nah. He goes, we get you set up. We get you started. We put you on a 6-week. You'll do a 6-week cycle. He goes, I said, 6 weeks? I said, anything going to happen in 6 weeks? He goes, yeah. He said, you'd be surprised. He goes, if you keep putting in the work you're putting in now, in 6 weeks, you definitely see a difference. You know what I mean? Yeah, I get my blood work done, Corey, every 3 months. Every 3 months. I just did it probably a month and a half ago. Everything was perfect, man. My doctor was so happy with me since I started this weight loss journey. Even my diabetes, you know, I used to be like a 12, 13 A1C. I brought it down to a 7.1 last time, and I know it's going to be perfect next one. You know, because I'm just, I don't know how to say this, man. You know, I'm just determined. You know, it's like, I feel like in my heart, this is like my last chance, my last opportunity. You know what I mean? I want to be all I can be. I know that sounds corny, doesn't it? I mean, I work out, I strength train, I diet. Yeah, I'm strong. I can, you know, if I had to, I could run for my life, but I just, you know, I don't look it, you know what I mean? And I know it's sad to want to look it, but I want to. I want my body to be all it can be. You know, God created me to be my best, and I just want to be my best, you know what I mean? And I just feel like this is my last opportunity, my last chance. You know, I don't think I'll have it in me to do it again, you know what I mean? Because I ain't gonna lie, it's hard this time, but I've got so much determination in me, so much drive. I think if I put it to it, I think I can do this, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what he was saying, the heart, yeah, the blood. That's what everybody was telling me, you know, how's your heart, how's your heart? But my heart, you know, I know a lot of y'all probably won't believe me, but, you know, I've never smoked anything, never, no dope, nothing. And as far as drinking goes, you know, I used to casually drink beer, you know, and drink like when I'm maybe a couple years in my 20s, but I didn't like it, you know, I didn't like it, you know, it just made me crazy and waste of money, so. You know, I've never been a drinker, never been a smoker, never used drugs, never. I know y'all gonna be like, yeah, you smoked a little. Nah, nah, brother, I got this thing about smoking. That's like my kids, you know, my kids, they smoke, right? And they're like, oh, but it's healthy, it's good for you, this is natural, you know. I was like, nah, any kind of smoke, inhale and smoke into your lungs, it's no good. I don't care where it's from, you know what I mean? Just like, you know, anything, it's smoke, you know, it's not healthy. So that's how I feel. That's just how I feel. So just giving you guys an idea as far as my health goes, you know what I mean? But my starting weight was 330 pounds, Corey. And I got down to 283. 283. But I've already peaked, like, you know what I mean, as far as all the water weight and everything. So now it's just more dense fat and stuff now I got to work with. So, you know, and, you know, getting to that point, you know, now it's like I'm already pushing hard, you know. 15 to 20,000 steps a day, 3 times a day, you know, and eating once a day and the strength training every day. It's like I've more or less peaked on everything, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. I can still, if I keep going in a year, 2 years, I could probably improve, but I don't want to wait that long. I'm just being honest. I know if I keep doing what I'm doing in a year, 2 years, I know I'll improve. I know I will. But I'll be honest with you too. I'll probably give up. I don't think I got it in me to go that long. I'm just being honest. I mean, I could go that long if I started seeing, production earlier, you know. But I usually eat the roach. I usually eat 6 scrambled eggs, 2 chicken breasts, white, just the chicken breast. And then I'll eat, as far as vegetables, I'll either eat broccoli or avocado. And I have a fruit, usually 1 or 2 fruits with it. Usually like, say, an apple and a banana. I usually have like an apple, a banana for like dessert, you know what I mean, when I'm done eating. And then with the food, I'll have like 6 scrambled eggs, 2 chicken breasts, and usually avocado or broccoli. Lately, it's been broccoli. Yeah, and that's what I mean. But on this stuff, they say, like, I know a lot of you guys know what trend is, but I guess there's a new trend out. And I don't know how to say it. There's a certain trend. I think it's called trend acetone or acid. I think they call it trend ace or something like that. It's for more people like how I'm doing. I'm putting in all the cardio. I'm putting in all the work every day. People that's more consistent and putting in double the work. It's like made for people like that to help, to burn the fat faster and build the muscle at the same time. You can cut and bulk at the same time. So that's what he's wanting to put me on. He sent me some, pictures of, to read and stuff like that and go over. He wanted me to read up on everything before he come over today. And yeah, well, that's why he said he wants to go over the diet. He goes, doing this, you're gonna have to eat more. He says you're gonna have to, from what he says, from what he knows about my routine, he says, yeah, you definitely have to cut back a little bit on the cardio, and you're definitely gonna have to eat a little more. He told me. He goes, he says, but that's what he's coming over for. He's gonna sit down and, he's gonna sit down and go over everything with me. You know what I mean? So, he feels like that. He feels like, like a lot of guys, yeah, I got you here. And they just throw you the juice and like, here, take at it. You know what I mean? And he's like, no, he goes, I'm gonna sit down and talk with you. We're gonna talk, we're gonna go over everything. So, it's more personal, and I really appreciate that, I really love him. He's a good guy. I've known him forever. He's like a brother to me. We've known each other, 40 years or more. Asia. Yeah, I've been losing weight. I lost 47 pounds, like I said, in my first 67 days. I'm just at a peak right now, you know what I mean? When you hit those peak, everything, it's not as fast anymore, it's slowly, which I know it's a process, and I know everything comes in time. I just don't want to, like a lot of these guys you see on the internet, weight loss journeys, my transformation in 2 years, I lost 100 pounds in 2 years, you know what I mean? I lost 100 pounds in a year. Nah, I don't want to be that, you know what I mean? I want to, I want to get what I can get. Yeah, 47 pounds in 67 days. But that was, a lot of that's water weight. When you first start off, it's all water weight, and I'm not trying to say, it was easy for me. I mean, I did put in the work, I was, like I say, I walk 15,000 steps a day, but I average, anywhere from 17 to 18,000 steps a day. I do 1 hour strength training. And on my strength training, if you go in and check my videos out, you'll see, like I do, anywhere. I got 2 different routines. I'll do, one has 5 different sets in it, 5 muscles, and the other one has 7. And every day I do squats. I do 5 sets of 10 reps body squats every day. I do my squats, and I do lunges 5 days a week. Yeah, well, see, that's the thing, Asia. That's why with the loose skin and everything, that's why I want to start bulking as far as, muscle goes. That's another reason why I want the help, with the juice. I want to start growing out my chest, my legs, which are the hardest ones, and, start filling in as I cut, you know what I mean, as I go down. I just don't want to all the drop and, then have to start from there, you know what I mean? Like a lot of guys, they'll lose all the weight, get there, and then they try to build the muscle. You see a lot of these guys on these weight loss journeys, and then at the end, now it's all skin and, not making fun or putting them down, but, all the skin's dropped and, yeah, there's muscle on there and they're flexing and, yeah, they got muscle, but, they could have saved a lot of that, if they'd have done it a little different, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to do, you know what I mean? trying to fill in as I drop, you know. But I don't know, that's the goal. But I see a lot of y'all agree. A lot of y'all say yeah, so which obviously is all the fellas. But yeah, he's coming over today, man. And if everything goes good, maybe we can put that order in. And I like to start next month, man. I really would like to get started on that next month, first of next month, man, and just hit it. You know what I mean? Just hit it and go. Just you sit and eat. Muscles. Body weight, yeah, body weight. The burpees, yeah, burpees are good. Jackknives, yeah. Yeah, I love Chinese food. My favorite, if I had like to pick a meal, my last meal, it would be pad thai. I love pad thai, man. Hot and spicy. Oh, I love pad thai. I love Asian food. I love Asian people, Asia. I don't know if you're from Asia, but you say Chinese food. I don't know if you're Chinese or not. But my goal when I lose all this weight, I want to go visit Southeast Asia. That's like one of my dreams too. I want to get healthy, get right, physically, emotionally. I want to get it all straight, and then I want to go visit Southeast Asia. That's my dream. That's my dream. That's my goal. It's not my dream anymore. That's gonna be. It's one of my goals. I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna get it done. Just like I'm gonna get this done first, and then I'm gonna get that done. I'm gonna make it happen. Everybody likes tacos. Tacos. You know, don't get me started on tacos, man. Tacos, man. I'm Spanish. I'm half Puerto Rican, and I love tacos. But Jesus Christ, man, tacos are just ain't tacos played out yet. I mean, tacos are made any kind of way, every kind of way you can make. I've had every taco that you can eat. You know, because I grew up with Mexicans and stuff. You know, the roosters in the backyard. I've had rooster tacos. I've had armadillo tacos. You name it, I've had them. Yeah, bean carrot and broccoli. I don't like mushroom. Yeah, the chow mein. Yeah, I like the white sauce too. That the Japanese use. I love that stuff. If you can get. Hey, I know though, but I'm saying I love tacos, man. I love tacos. Man, you know, and like I said, I'm in a farming town. Like I said, I'm surrounded 3 sides, all farmland. I mean, there's taco trucks all over the place where I live. So we're always hitting tacos, sauce, you know what I mean, all the time. I love tacos, especially, you know, that good stuff. And I know Taco Bell, you know, that good homemade tortillas and all that stuff. But Jesus Christ, it's just, you know, it's just got to be overrated by now. Come on. I mean, people are still talking about tacos like they just came out yesterday, you know what I mean? And blowing them up. Yo, you tried tacos yet? Yeah, it's overrated, man. No, we got real tacos, man. I'm gonna tell you like this: 9 out of 10 Mexicans that live where I live, they not legal and they don't speak no English. They real Mexicans, brother. And they all work on the farms, man. Like I said, it's nothing but nurseries out here, farmland, orchards, and nurseries. That's all we got out here, man. That's it. If I was to tell you where I live, you wouldn't even be able to pronounce the damn name of the place. Everybody I know, I had somebody come by yesterday, they were like, yo, how do you pronounce this place? I was like, you know, it's crazy, man. I don't know if you ever heard of the Withlacoochee River. I live like on the Withlacoochee River. I'm a small little town on the Withlacoochee River. I live on a lake. We got a lake, the river, and we got 7 spring-fed canals out here. I live on one of the canals, the spring-fed canals. Yeah, I ain't saying they're bad. I ain't saying they're bad. I love tacos, man. God, I eat some tacos. To me, I'll compare tacos to White Castle. You remember White Castle? You know White Castle? You know the little burgers? I eat 20 of them damn burgers. Just like I sit down and eat 20 tacos. Well, I used to. I can't now. But yeah, I'll do it. I love tacos. I'm just saying as far as the overrating of them. You know what I mean? People just, you know, treating them like they were just like a new thing yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man. They come through here the other day, but our sheriff's department don't assist on it. You know, Florida, I don't know if you watch the news in Florida. You know what I mean? You got a lot of these Central Florida sheriffs. They all stick together. They got their little group. Well, my sheriff, he ain't part of that group. He never joined the group. If you ever watch him on the news and stuff, you'll never see him in that crowd of sheriffs. Nah. And then I had an ice. Seen a guy at the gas station the other day. He was pulled up next to me on the gas pump. I asked him what he was doing out here. And he says they just assist the highway patrol on 75. He said they were told not to mess with none of the Mexicans because of the farmers, you know, the farm workers and stuff. They were told not to mess with them. So, nah, they don't mess with them out here. It's a safe haven. So any Mexicans out there watching, Sumter County, Florida is your place to be. That's your safe haven. You come out here, man, they ain't gonna mess with you. Hey, something similar to tacos. Now we got Asia talking about tacos. Bringing up the Bible. Oh, come on. Did I start something by taking on tacos? I should have left tacos out of it. I know I should have left tacos out of it. I got personal with everybody. Because God knows everybody celebrates Cinco de Mayo, don't they? I remember growing up, man, my family, everybody, I don't care where you from. Cinco de Mayo is like the 4th of July for everybody. Everybody celebrates Cinco de Mayo. Don't nobody know what it's about. Ain't nobody from Mexico, but Jesus, they celebrate it everywhere. And not just here in America, man, over Europe, all of them celebrate it. They love it. What you got? Tacos and pizza. Yeah, but who sits around and talks about pizza all the time? You know what I mean? Or new pizza joints and stuff, you know what I mean? It's just pizza, you know what I mean? It's to the point where it's pizza. It's either good pizza or it's bad pizza, just like tacos. You know, they got good tacos over there, or they got good tacos over there. Yo, the tacos over there. And then, Jesus, we used to have this one little taco trailer, truck, whatever you call it. Used to have $1.50 tacos. Jesus Christ, they're up to like $3, $4 a taco now. Nah, man, that's too much. I went down to, I took my daughters down to the beach. We're at Clearwater Beach. We ain't been down there in a while. So after my youngest daughter wanted tacos, I was like, all right, well, look for somewhere we'll go. And she picked some, I don't know, some off the wall. What was it called? Talking Tacos was the name of the place. I was like, as soon as she told me that, I was like, yeah, this some off the wall place or something, you know? So we go in there. And you know, a lot of places today, man, you don't even got a waitress. You got to go to this kiosk thing to order your food. That right there just blows it for me. But I didn't want to upset my daughter. So we got tacos, right? Dude, I got 3 tacos. That was it. No sides, no rice, no beans, nothing. My other daughter, she got I don't know, those pizza taco things. And the other one, I think she got a taco salad. $65. And none of us got a drink. Because we already had our own drinks. $65. Yo. I looked at the bill. I didn't even say nothing. I kept a straight face. I got up. I paid the bill and I walked out. I didn't say nothing to her. And then I knew my daughters, you know, obviously I said $65. They seen it and they were looking at me like, oh shit, Dad's probably mad now. I didn't say nothing. Then we got in the car, you know, we got a whole hour drive back home. I did not stop talking about that damn tacos for $65. They heard it the whole way. I mean, I wasn't yelling at them, but I just couldn't stop. $65 for tacos. Come on, man. Come on. And they weren't even that good. They weren't even that good. They put damn, Jesus, they put friggin' sugar in the damn, when they make the tortillas, they were sweet. It was sweet. And the carne asada, the sauce, it was sweet. I even asked them. They said, yeah, they put brown sugar in it. I was like, wow. I eat tacos, I want something spicy, tangy. I don't eat no friggin' sugar. Jeez, it was terrible. Terrible, man. Yeah. I hear you. My Jewish ancestors love eating wraps. I don't know. How do you know I got Jewish ancestors, Asia? I really don't know who my ancestors were. My dad's Puerto Rican. He's from Puerto Rico. And he had a big old afro and skin was dark as hell. So I know he's got some African in him. So I get that from my dad. And my mom, my granny and my grandma, they both came from Ireland. So I don't know. I don't know if I got any Jews in me. Not that it would be bad or good. I don't know. I don't know what my ancestors were. uh, yeah, it's called Talking Tacos. I gotta scroll down, man. I lost this. Yeah, $65. Yeah, Puerto Rican. I'm an Irish Puerto Rican. Yeah, Cherokee. Yeah, how you know? My great grandfather was Cherokee. Yeah, from Coffeeville, Kansas. Yeah, yeah. He was pure Cherokee. That was my great grandfather. I knew him for a couple of years when I was little before he passed away. But yeah, he was pretty cool. And then my dad's family, yeah, they're all Puerto Rican. My dad barely spoke English up to the day he died. But I was raised pretty much with my dad's family up to like 15 years old. And they were all Puerto Rican. They didn't talk no English. My mom she'd always say they were talking about us every time we'd visit. That I always think my mom didn't know what they were saying, but she knew everything they were saying. She said, yeah, they talking about us. Oh, there go the lights. Lights are set on the timer for like an hour. Yeah, I appreciate all y'all, man. I appreciate the conversation. I appreciate everything, man. I appreciate y'all listening to me, taking the time to hang out with me this morning. You know, if y'all can leave a like and a subscribe, I'd appreciate and love you even more. Appreciate every single one of you, man. And we'll do this again tomorrow morning about 4:30. I get out here, I get on 4:35. And maybe we can talk some more about the steroids and stuff, you know what I mean? Because maybe I can update you on whatever happens today with me and my buddy and let you know what was said and what we're going to do. 'Cause that's something I'm taking really serious, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm scared, but I'm excited too at the same time, you know what I mean? I appreciate you, Asia. It's good talking to you. I'll be back on tomorrow about 4:35 a.m. Eastern time, America. Leave a like and subscribe, and we'll keep up with each other. And if any of y'all got a YouTube channel going yourself, and I subscribe back to everybody subscribe to me, but if any of y'all got a YouTube channel going and you need some watch time hours and stuff like that, because I know how it is, let me know in the comments so I can go ahead and hit your channel up, run some of your playlists for you. All right? All right, people. Love you. God bless you and take care. And all y'all have a good day today. And be safe and be good. And keep laughing. And stop eating all them damn tacos, Chessie. All right, later, people.